Hi traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Today, we're going to have a look at the euro. The euro jumped last night after the Fed announcement, which was around 12 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It did see a bit of movement after the ECB meeting where rates were kept on hold. There was a couple of comments from the ECB chair as well, but the real movement was around the Fed announcement. If you have a look on the charts, you can see on the 1 hour at 17, that was when the big spike higher came, and this sort of opened up a couple of questions after prices now really broken through the downtrend after setting some pretty decent support from the 1.0775 area. So it was that last failed low that we saw there. So with resistance, the next resistance we see at 1.0984, but for now we are just concentrating on this 2-bar breakout, which really has started to change the dynamics of what we've been seeing lately. So after that down move, another down move, we saw our first higher low, we saw a test of that low which was held, and now we've seen a breakout of that trend, but it still remains a lower high for now. If we see a new higher high, then things start to change a touch, and the same is sort of over on the euro yen. So the euro yen really did put in a final low and then that breakout here, but it doesn't look as good at the moment as the euro USD, just due to the build up that we have seen previously in the euro USD compared to the yen. But we will have to see what happens if this break can be sustained, and what happens on the next test if we do see a new move higher, which forms a new higher high after a new higher low. That could start to say that we do have a new up move underway. Now, it was an interesting session because the US dollar also rallied overnight, and we saw the USDCAD close higher despite higher oil prices, and the rally has continued so far today. Just talking about oil, we can see that oil has tested that low, which is a base of support, which could come into a point of resistance now. It will really come down to what happens next, but it wouldn't be surprising if we did see a little bit of selling after really nearly 4 days of buying, and if we did see a possible small down move, but we'll have to wait for that to confirm before we can call it. But it is starting to show some signs after starting to stall at that 2150 area. Now, Bitcoin has been another interesting market so far. We did see Bitcoin soar earlier in the week, and we did see a very strong early yesterday that went all the way back up to above that 9,000 point, which is quite amazing considering around a week and a bit ago it was still in the 7,000s. And this is the power of Bitcoin. I'm still trying to get used to it. I know what it's capable of, but you forget sometimes just what it can do. Now, this has come down to people discussing this month in May that it could be Bitcoin halving, and that is to do with the blockchain and inflation valuation. So keep an eye on that and how that progresses to see if it does continue to fuel this rally, and if we will see new extensions. So, but for now, we have seen a bit of a pullback, and we will just need to see some new support to come in to continue to show that this trend has strength, and we'll continue to make new higher highs. So just finally on the euro, so what we'd like to see now is we've seen this rally out after last night's influence. So now what we'd like to see is, if we do see further selling, we want to see a higher low and stabilize a new higher high, and that will really start to push forward the case that a new trend is starting. But if we do fail at this resistance here, it could be a short-term move, but again, we need to just see if buyers can cement this new move that is starting to push out, and the same really said on the euro yen. So that's it for today. Enjoy your weekend, and until next week, good trading and bye for now.